Good after Good afternoon, all of you. In last lecture, I discussed the evaluation of bacteriostatic and bactericidal. In that, I have seen the different methods. First, tube dilution and agar plate method. Then second, cup plate, filter paper and cylinder plate method. Then dish plate organ colony method. Then Tulsi-Sykes test, then in-use dilution test, then phenol coefficient test, Riedel-Loco test, and Cheek-Martin test. Today we will see the next point of our syllabus, that is sterility testing of products. As you know, what is sterility? Sterility testing is used to demonstrate that the medical or the medicinal product or medicinal device is sterile. Sterile, it means it should be free from all type of microorganism. There are two principal test format, the British Pharmacopoeia and European Pharmacopoeia, which have been harmonized with United States and Japanese pharmacopoeias and ISO test method. Then the pharmacopoeia methods are generally used for testing the medicinal products, but may also be used for checking the medicinal devices to be used for clinical trials purpose before the sterilization has been fully validated. Then ISO method is used when validating a sterilization process for medical device. Then the product are generally filtered through a membrane in a closed system if they are liquid and solid medical devices, and other such products. A direct inoculation method is used to detect the product for sterility. I am repeating here. See here, the products are generally filtered through a membrane in a closed system if they are liquid and solid medical devices. And for other products, the direct inoculation method is used for their sterility. And all products are tested for sterility. All products are tested for sterility in clean room facilities. Next, we will see the principle of this test. In pharmacopoeia method first, the pharmacopoeia methods advocate wherever the possible that membrane filtration method be used to test the product. Then where there the solubility issues or antibiotic suspensions that are unable to filter, it is allowable to directly inoculate the product. Where there are solubility issue or antibiotic suspension that are unable to filter, it is allowable to directly inoculate the products into the test medium as the test method. Then whichever method is selected, it is necessary to qualify the procedure by demonstrating the ability of prescribed range of microorganisms to grow in the media after the product has been set up for the test. Then second, that is ISO method. This method different from the pharmacopoeia method by utilizing just one medium type and setting up the test articles as an individual test rather than combining into a composite sample. Then it is necessary to qualify the procedure by demonstrating that the test article do not impart any antimicrobial growth properties to the test medium. Then this is done by inoculating the representative portion of the test media with low number of prescribed microorganisms to demonstrate their ability to grow in the media after the required incubation period has completed. Then here we can see the type of product number of atom in the batch and the minimum number of atom to be tested for each medium. We will see one by one. First, that is injectable pharmaceuticals, injectable medical device, ophthalmic and other non-injectable pharmaceuticals in single dose container, and ophthalmic medical devices in single dose container. The number of atom in batch not more than 100, and the minimum number of atom to be tested, that is 10% of batch or the 4 container, whichever is the greater. Then in number of atom in the batch 100 and 1 to 500, and minimum number of atom to be tested, that is 10 container, and if it is more than 500, then 2% of batch or the 20 container. Then ophthalmic and non-ophthalmic injectable pharmaceuticals and other and medical devices not in single dose container. Number of atom in the batch not more than 200. Then the number of batch to be tested, that is the number of atom to be tested, 5% of batch or 2 containers, whichever is the greater. Then if it is more than 200, then it is 10 container. Then for bulky solid, here we can see the chart. The bulk solid product, if it is not more than 4, then for each container, then it is 5 to 50, then 20% of batch or the 4 containers, whichever is the greater. Then for more than 50, then 2% of batch or the 10 containers. Then pharmacy bulk package of antibiotic, if it is less than 5 gram, then it's 20 containers, or greater than or equal to 5 gram, then it is 6 containers. Then for solid medical devices, if not more than 100, then 10% of batch or 4 units, whichever is the greater. Then it is 101 to 500, then it is 10 unit. Then if it is more than 500, then it is 2% of batch or the 20 unit, whichever is the lesser. So this is the sampling schedule for minimum number of atom to be tested from each batch. Then we will see the next, the minimum quantity of product to be tested from each container in the sample. We will see one by one. First, that is type of product. Second, quantity of product in unit container, and minimum quantity of or the minimum proportion of to be used for each medium from each container. First type of product, that is liquid, then less than 1 ml, then whole content. If it is then if it is 41 to 100 ml, then it is 20 ml. If it is greater than 100 ml, then it is 10% of the content but not less than 20 ml. Then if for antibiotic liquids it is not applicable, then it is 1 ml. Same the other preparations soluble in water or the isopropyl myristate not applicable. The whole content to provide not less than 200 mg. Then insoluble preparations, then creams and ointments to be suspended or emulsified, it is not applicable. Then whole content to provide not less than 200 mg. Then for solid it is less than 50 mg the whole contents. Then for 50 to 299 mg, half the content but not less than 500 mg. Then for 300 mg to 5 gram, then it is 150 mg. If greater than 5 gram, then it is 500 mg. Then solid medical devices, 1 or more dressing 100 mg, 1 or more devices, that is 1 whole device. Then we will see the sterility testing for pharmaceutical products. The test is applied to substance or any preparations which according to the pharmacopoeia are required to be sterile. However, satisfactory results only indicate that no contaminating microorganism has been found in the sample examined in the condition of the test. Then first, that is membrane filtration sterility testing. The membrane filtration sterility testing method is the method of choice for filtrable pharmaceutical products. Yes, the membrane filtration sterility testing method is the method of choice for the filtration of for the filtrable pharmaceutical product. According to the USP 71, in the sterility testing method, products are filtered through the method products are testing method, the products are filtered through 0.452 or 0.45 or the 0.2 micron membrane filter. Then the filter are then rinsed with appropriate USP fluid to remove the inhibitors and then transferred into the fluid thioglycolate medium, that is capital FTM, and SCDM, that is soybean casein digest medium. The both media are incubated for 14 days and checked every day for the presence of what? The presence of microbial growth. The USP sterility testing suggests the use of fluid glycolate medium and the soybean casein digest medium because of their what is the reason for using these two media, that is FTM and SCDM? Because the ability to promote the growth of anaerobic and aerobic microorganisms respectively. Because why these medias are used? Because this media, because of their ability to promote the growth of anaerobic and the aerobic microorganism respectively. Then the precautions against microbial contamination. The test for sterility is carried out under aseptic conditions. In order to achieve such conditions, the test environment has to adapted to the way in which the sterility test is performed. Then the precautions taken to avoid contamination are such that they do not affect any microorganism which are to be revealed in the test. Then the working condition in which the tests are performed are monitored regularly by appropriate sampling of the working areas and by the carrying out the appropriate controls. Then the culture media and the incubation temperature. The media for the test may be prepared as described below, or the equivalent commercial media may be used provided that they comply with the growth promotion test. Then following culture media have been found to be suitable for the test for sterility. The fluid thioglycolate medium is primarily intended for the culture of anaerobic condition or the anaerobic bacteria. See here what I am saying, keep in mind. The fluid thioglycolate medium, that is capital FTM, this media is primarily intended for the culture of anaerobic bacteria, and however it will also detect the anaerobic bacteria. Soybean casein digest medium is suitable for culture of both fungi and aerobic bacteria. You will see the composition of the ingredients of this media. First, fluid thioglycolate media. It contains L-cysteine having quantity 0.5 gram, then agar having quantity 0.75 gram, then sodium chloride having the quantity 2.5 gram, then glucose monohydrate or the glucose anhydrous having the quantity 5.5 gram or the 5 gram, then yeast extract, this extract should be water soluble having quantity 5 gram. Then composition of then pancreatic digest of casein, it is 15 gram. Then sodium thioglycolate 0.5 gram, then thioglycolic acid 0.3 ml, then resazurian sodium solution 1 ml. The solution it should be freshly prepared, then water 1000 ml. The pH of this medium, that is 6.9 to 7.3. Then alternative thioglycolate medium where prescribed or justified and authorized. The following alternative thioglycolate medium might be used. Prepare a mixture having same composition as that of the fluid thioglycolate medium, but omitting that agar and the resazurin sodium solution, sterilized as directed above. Then pH after sterilization it should be, or it is 6.9 to 7.3, and heat in a water bath prior to use and incubate at 30 to 35 degrees Celsius under anaerobic condition. Then composition of soybean casein digest medium. First, pancreatic digest of casein, it is 17 gram. Then papaic digest of soybean meal 3 gram. Then sodium chloride 5 gram. Dipotassium hydrogen phosphate 2.5 gram. Then glucose monohydrate or the glucose anhydrous 2.5 gram or the 2.3 gram. Then water 1000 ml, and the pH after sterilization it is 7.1 to 7.5. And these are all the solids in water, and warm the size. And warm slightly. To effect the solution and cool the solution at room temperature. Then add sodium hydroxide if necessary, so that after the sterilization the solution will have the pH 7.1 to 7.5. Then filter the solution if necessary to clarify, distribute into suitable vessels and sterilize using validated procedure or the process. Then store at temperature between 2 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius in a sterile, well closed container unless it is intended for immediate use. Do not use the medium for a longer storage period than has been validated. Then soybean casein digest medium is to be incubated at 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Then the media used comply with following tests carried out before or in a parallel with test on the products to be tested or the product to be examined. Incubate the portion of media for 14 days. No growth of microorganisms occur. Then we will see the strain of test organism in different media. First, fluid thioglycolate media having the test microorganism Bacillus subtilis, having temperature 30 to 35 degrees Celsius and condition it is aerobic. Then for Candida albicans having the temperature 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, condition it is aerobic. Then Bacterius vulgatus, temperature it is 30 to 35 degrees Celsius and condition it is aerobic. Then alternative thioglycolate media, bactericide Bacterioids vulgatus, in the temperature 30 to 35 and condition it is anaerobic. Then soybean casein digest test is organism Bacillus subtilis having the temperature 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, in the condition it is aerobic. Then Candida albicans having the temperature 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, and the condition it is aerobic. Then method suitability test. Carry out a test as described below. Under the test for sterility product to be examined using exactly the same method except the following modifications. In the membrane filtration, After transferring the content of the container or the containers to be tested to the membrane, add inoculum of small number of viable organisms, not more than 100 CFU, to the final portion of the sterile diluent used to rinse the filter. So this is all about membrane filtration sterility testing, and second, that is direct inoculation. Direct inoculation, after after transferring the content of container or the container to be tested the culture media, add the inoculum of small number of viable microorganisms to the medium. Then second, in both cases use the same microorganism as those described above under growth promotion test of aerobes, anaerobes and fungi. Then third, perform a growth promotion test as a positive control. Perform a growth promotion test as a positive control. Then incubate all the containers containing a medium for not more than 5 days. Then if clearly visible growth of microorganism is obtained after the incubation, usually comparable to that in the control vessel without product, then either the product possesses no antimicrobial activity under the conditions of the test, or the such activity has been satisfactorily eliminated. Then the test for sterility may then be carried out without further modification. Then if clearly visible growth is not obtained in the presence of product to be tested, usually comparable to that in the container or in the control vessel without product, and the product possesses antimicrobial activity that has not been satisfactorily eliminated under the condition of the test. Then modify the condition in order to eliminate the antimicrobial activity and repeat the method suitability test. This method suitability is performed when the test for sterility has to be carried out on a new product, and second, whenever there is a change in experimental condition of the test. The method suitability may be performed simultaneously with the test for sterility of the product to be examined. So this is all about this membrane filtration and direct inoculation method. Next part we will see in next lecture.